The Great Gain of Godliness, a study done by Thomas Watson. And it's a very beautiful study, and I would highly recommend you to read this study book. And actually, this study book, C.H. Spurgeon would have loved this title in his library, but unfortunately, this book came on a moment when probably Mr. Spurgeon was not there anymore, so he never was able to add this to his book collection. And I think that says quite much, because I think and believe that Mr. Spurgeon was a very critical man in collecting study books from others. We are at chapter 15, which is almost the last chapter. These are 16 chapters, and chapter 15 is all about the righteous and the wicked discerned. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not. So Malachi 3, verse 18. And here follows the close of the chapter, which I shall little more than paraphrase. These words are spoken to the wicked, as Piscator, Calvin, Grotius, and other learned expositors assert. For though the godly shall at last discern what a difference God makes between them and the wicked, how indulgent he is to the one, and how severe to the other, yet this text is chiefly spoken to the wicked. Ye have said, it is vain to serve God. Malachi 3, verse 14. And now we call the proud happy. Ye, they that work wickedness, are set up. That's verse 15. Well, says God, though now you call the proud happy, and the godly indiscreet, yet when I have made up my jewels, then you, wicked ones, shall see clearly what a difference I make between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serves God and him that does not serve God. And then, when it is too late, when the day of grace is past and drawbridge of mercy is pulled up, then shall you discern a difference between the holy and the profane. Doctrine 1. The wicked at present have their eyes shut. The Lord hath not given you an heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. Deuteronomy 29, verse 4. So, natural men have the sword upon their right eye. Zechariah 11:17. They see no difference between the pious and the impious. They cannot see but that it fares as well with the wicked as the righteous. Nay, it seems to fare better. The wicked flourish. These are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Psalm 73, verse 12. Whereas those that pray and fast are oppressed. The wicked bless themselves and think they are now in a better condition than the righteous. The matter is not to be wondered at, for God of this world hath blinded the minds of sinners. It's unfortunate that in this case God is written with capital G, because the God of this world is Satan, of course, and I think Satan doesn't deserve capitals. Second Corinthians 4 verse 4. But at last their eyes shall be opened, and that brings me to the second doctrine. Doctrine 2. There is a time shortly coming when impious, grossly wicked sinners shall see an obvious difference between the godly and the wicked. The tables will then be turned, and this is the time we are in. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked. And this is exactly what the world of today is in, and this is the crossroad, literally, that God's children are unto. Humanity is at the crossroads now. Which path will they continue? Is it the path that leads them to death, or are they going to make a change and choose for the path that leads them to everlasting life? This is exactly going on, and the turning of tables is what we are now seeing. Because I understand the turning of tables also in the meaning of all what is good is evil, yeah, and all what is evil is good, all what is sweet is bitter, and all what is bitter is sweet. That's also turning of the tables. So it's interesting to read this by a servant of the living God who wrote this a long time ago. So you can see that these Puritans were very unto the point, because I am reading a lot of the Puritans, and I must come to the conclusion that they were very spot on with a lot of things. And I know there's a group of people that, of course, are mocking against the Puritans, but I surely know that these people have never read any works of any Puritan, otherwise you do not mock. So then we get a question: when is the time when the eyes of sinners shall be opened, and they shall see a difference between the righteous and the wicked? Well, the answer is, there are two times when sinners shall see a manifest difference between the righteous and the wicked. Firstly, at the day of judgment. That will be a day of discrimination. Things will then appear in their proper colors. The difference will easily be seen between good and bad, the one being absolved, the other condemned. Secondly, at the hour of separation, when God shall eternally separate the reprobate from the elect. This is already going on, this separation. The reprobates among us are being already sifted out. As a fen separates the chaff from the wheat, and there shall be a visible discerning between the righteous and the wicked. Before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. Matthew 25 verse 32. So Jesus Christ, our lovely and beloved and beautiful Jesus Christ, will take his saints up with him into glory, and will cast the wicked down to hell. He will make up the godly as jewels, and make up the wicked in bundles. I do not really know if there is such a thing as hell, but what I believe is that the wicked shall not be unpunished. Bind them in bundles to burn them. Matthew 13:30. Now sinners shall be convinced with a vengeance that the state of the righteous and the wicked is different. They shall see the righteous advanced to a kingdom and themselves cast out into a fiery prison. Oh, the dreadfulness of that place of torment! Could men lay their ears to the infernal lake and but for 1 hour hear the groans and shrieks of the damned, they would tell us that they now see what before they would not believe. The infinite difference between the righteous and the wicked in hell is torment upon torment, blackness of darkness. Jude 13. Chains of darkness. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. These chains are God's decree ordaining and his power binding men under wrath, and that which accentuates and puts a sting into the torments of the wicked is that they shall be always scorching in the torrid zone of God's wrath. The smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever. Revelations 14 verse 11. Christ said of his suffering on the cross, "It is finished," but sinners shall never say of their suffering in hell, "They are finished." No, if the damned had lain in hell as many thousand years as there are drops in the sea, eternity has yet to begin. So first use information. This may inform all wicked men that no matter how blind they are now, yet at last the veil shall be taken from their eyes. They now count themselves the only happy men and look upon the people of God with derision or derision. They load them with invectives and curse them with their excommunications. Well, the time is not far off when the wicked shall clearly discern who belongs to Christ and who belongs to the devil. As Moses said to Korah and his company, "Tomorrow the Lord will show who are his." Numbers 16 verse 5. So at the day of judgment the Lord will show who are his and who are not. Nay, sooner than that. At the day of death the wicked shall guess how it is like to be with them for eternity. That is what I have the idea of too. As soon as we die, that we are coming before the throne already. That's not, I think if you die, it's not you go into the grave and then until the great day. I truly have the idea that when you die as a spirit, you are already coming before the throne. Oh, that the eyes of sinners may be speedily opened, that they may in time see the difference of things, the beauty that is in holiness, and the astonishing madness that is in sin. Then we have the second use, consolation to the righteous. Though at present they are slighted and have the odium of the world cast upon them, yet shortly God will make a visible difference between them and the wicked, as it was with Pharaoh's two offers, the butler and the baker. At first there seemed to be no difference between them, but in short, while there was difference made, the chief butler was advanced to honor, but the chief baker was executed. Genesis 40 verse 21 and 22. So though now God's people are low and despised, and the wicked treat them with boastful insolence, yet when the critical day comes, there shall be a final separation made between the righteous and the wicked. The one shall be dignified, the other damned. Matthew 25 46. Be encouraged, therefore, saints of the living God, to persist in a course of holiness, though now you seem to be lowermost, yet in the resurrection you shall be uppermost. The upright shall have dominion over them in the morning. Psalm 49:14. They shall have dominion over the wicked in the morning of the resurrection. They shall then laugh the wicked to scorn. Psalm 52, verse 6. Then shall the difference be seen between the righteous and the wicked, between him that served God and him that served him not. I don't think that we will laugh, because I truly have something. Why should you laugh at your fellow brothers and sisters who refused actually to go for righteousness? I think we should have, till the last moment, have compassion with them. And I think it's not really nice if you laugh at your fellow brothers and sisters who refused to go for the path of righteousness and thus go for the living God and return back to the Father. I think we should have compassion with them till the last moment. Alright, with this said, I have come to the end of chapter 15, and thank you so much for listening, and God bless you.